I just couldn't believe it. And I'm thinking, what have I been doing for the Labour Party for the last, 10 months, knocking on doors, trying to contribute to getting rid of the Tories and having a Labour government, only to be slapped in the face.
And I'm appalled at how she's been treated in the last 48 hours.
I was absolutely, at one level I was shocked, as she said she was. But it is an absolutely appalling mistake, because here's a chance to show our society what you can do if you apply your mind to it. And her recent book, Know Your Place, which describes how you develop a life in our society by working hard, being rewarded, and then not getting the reward you thought you would. And that is so relevant and clearly so upsetting to the people around the country.
And I just didn't understand what was going on with the Labour Party. She's our best bet for winning the seat here. It's been a Conservative seat and it's now a marginal, and it's our chance as the Labour Party to have a Labour MP here. And I just feel that it's just all very unsavoury, and she's being sailed down the river, basically.
What resonates with you about Faiza?
Well, I've known her and the family a long time, and she's a wonderful woman. She's very happily married now with a baby, and she's, in lots of ways, she's quite unique. But she's a wonderful person and a very ordinary person in some ways. She travels on the bus, she goes to the baby clinic, and she's got a wonderful personality, and she's very, very caring.
I think how wonderful a young woman, a young Asian woman, a woman of colour, representing this constituency that I live in rather than Ian Duncan Smith.
What do you think of Faiza, Shaheen?
Well, I'm not a member of the local Labour Party, and I don't know her as well as some of the members of the local party here, but from what I do know, I know she's been working very, very hard for the last 4 years to try and win this seat, and she's very well respected in the local community. And I'm disappointed that she's not going to be standing against Ian Duncan Smith in the forthcoming election.
I think Faiza is an amazing person. She's the right person to be the MP for our constituency. She's kind, she's caring, she's very articulate.
And she's so passionate about people and the area. She's got lots of ideas. She's a true socialist. She cares about education, she cares about the NHS. She cares about the local community and problems in the local community.
She's Muslim, I'm Jewish. We talk together about things. Often we disagree, often we agree, but it doesn't matter because she really does want to engage with everybody and understands that not everybody will agree with every opinion she's got, but that's not what it's about. And she's much better at listening than almost any other parliamentary candidate I've ever canvassed for. So when we go and talk to people, it's not talking at them, it's listening to them, and that's really lovely.
I find it difficult to find words sufficiently powerful enough to describe my regard for her. If you look at where she's come from and what she's done, how she's written about it, and also the deep understanding of the area she represents and the people who live in it and how they relate to her. She's very much one of us, but a one of us that didn't exist when I was being brought up to wear my uniform to school on Empire Day.
What was your reaction when you heard what happened?
Well, I was like everyone else. I was a bit shocked and surprised. I'm surprised because I'm surprised that the Labour Party waited so long. If they didn't want her to stand as a candidate, I'm surprised they didn't remove her some time ago. Removing her a few weeks from the general election date, to me, seems like they're shooting themselves in the foot.
I just can't understand why they've done this, and I don't think she's the only MP. I think there's some undercurrent somewhere.
I mean, it's obviously a plan. You know, it was, to do it all sort of in one night. You know, they did it to the guy in Brighton, they did it to Diane Abbott, they did it to her. I don't know if they think that the electorate are thick. I don't think that I'm thick. If Faiza's an ally and was willing to fight for Labour and knock on doors when she was feeling unwell with a newborn baby, then that tells me that if they aren't going to treat her humanely, then why would they treat my wife humanely? She's got a young child. We've got 2 children, and a baby, and they wouldn't do anything for us. Clearly, they would. If they don't care about our lives, why would they care about us?
What do you think about what this says on a more broad national level, that candidates like Faiza, like Diane Abbott, are being treated in this way and not being allowed to run for Labour?
I think it says something really bad about how politics is working these days, and it sort of sings to the same concerns that people have about lack of trust in politics, decisions being taken that people don't understand.
I think it's not really to do with what they say it is. It's to do with wanting to remove certain elements from the party. Now, there's a lot of people in the Labour Party world to the left of me, and there's a lot of people in the Labour Party world to the right of me. And I love the fact that it's a very broad spectrum of political opinions. And historically, we've always talked to each other, we've debated, we've discussed, we vote, and then we move on. Then we all go to the pub together, and that genuinely in this constituency is what happened up till quite recently. I think purging the party of everybody to the left is not clever, because you need the diversity of opinion.
What do you think about the possibility that she might run independently?
I think that would be the last option.
I mean, I think if I had to vote now, I'd just go in and write Faiza on the paper.
I would do what I can do as a member of the local Labour Party, but she shouldn't have to do that. She's given so much of her time in the last 4 years to preparing for this, and I don't see why she should have to stand as an independent. I think Keir Starmer and the NEC need to think again and reinstate her as our candidate.